Greetings, families. Welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This video, as you can tell, the title, you might be thinking, oh no, not this again, not this Macron thing again. Yes, this is different. I mean, almost similar, but it goes deeper. They are trying to explain things in official way, in a good way. Let's put it that way. They are not going to be, saying those words. They are not going to be saying they are ungrateful or whatever, but they want to tell them something. And that you understand when you listen to this video. Please, I'll be back. Listen to the end, please.
First, let's talk about the outcry in Senegal and Chad after the French president's remarks about certain African countries. The two countries denounced his contemptuous remarks and called on Emmanuel Macron to learn to respect the African people. Ibrahim Traoré. Reactions were swift in N'Djamena and Dakar to the French president's condescending remarks about Africa. In Senegal, Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko clearly stated that the announced departure of French troops from Senegalese territory was the result of Senegal's will and not of any negotiations with France. I would like to say that in the case of Senegal, this assertion is totally erroneous. No discussions or negotiations have taken place to date, and Senegal's decision is purely voluntary. As a free, independent and sovereign country, we recognize that France has neither the capacity nor the legitimacy to guarantee Africa's security and sovereignty. On the contrary, it has often contributed to the destabilization of African countries such as Libya, with disastrous consequences for the stability and security of the Sahel. Emmanuel Macron has come to the wrong time, reacts the Chadian president, who has not gone overboard. I would like to express my indignation at the remarks made. Recently? With President Macron's contempt for Africa and Africans bordering on contempt, I think he's in the wrong era as far as Chad is concerned. The decision to terminate the military cooperation agreement with France is entirely Chad's sovereign decision. There's no room for ambiguity. For this political analyst, France is working to isolate ES, and Macron's strategy is finely tuned to sow doubt, inviting Africans to be even more strategic in the face of the French game. Emmanuel Macron's speech is full of traps and manipulation. As I see it, you know that since the AES countries have been demanding the departure of French forces, France is facing challenges in this region of Africa. France is angry, it is in a black anger against this nation, so be it worked to various plots to undermine the territorial integrity of at least one of these nations, without success. So what's the new strategy? We need to adopt a strategy of isolation, we need to isolate them. Last month, Senegal and Chad announced the departure of French troops from their soil. A decision that is certainly at the root of all this controversy.
So, yes, after all the explanation that they have given about what French did for them, according to President Macron, they went on to explain things, their economy, how their economy is doing now. According to the news, France 24 has said something which is untrue. So they want to address it and they want us to share it for everyone to know. Families, please listen to this side, how the economy, Niger economy is doing. And then they will compare it to what France 24 has said. We all know them already. I'll be back, families.
And speaking of the communication war waged by the French media against Niger, which continues unabated, most recently on France 24 television, who has engaged in a disinformation exercise on Niger's economic situation, painting a gloomy picture of an economy that remains dynamic despite the ECOWAS embargo. As far as oil production is concerned, there has never been any major involvement that could affect operations. The exogenous factors on which France 24 based its assertion of any disruption to Niamey's hydrocarbon supply were short-lived, as confirmed by SONDEP's managing director in 18 months. There were two situations that arose, the first during the winter season when the Sorrel Bridge was broken. And there, the service stations had product. They lasted up to 8 days on day 9. At this point, the Ministry of Equipment was able to put things in order and rehabilitate the bridge. Day 1, 70 items brought in from the depot. Day 2, 66 items, third of 50 systems brought into the city of Niamey. You could call it a natural disaster, but it's not a rupture. Second element, it was just recently, a single day of disruption. As I said, the supply chain, often there are ups and downs, which was even smoothed out around the minister. It's got him. On this Monday, January 6, 2025, at the Soral Oil Depot, several tankers are waiting to be served, and some are already leaving the depot to supply the city's service stations. This daily table drawn up by the depot manager shows the delivery situation in relation to the overall economic situation. Official data from the Ministry of Finance show growth of 8.8% in 2024, up from 2.4% in 2023. With regard to the floods, it's true that there was material damage and loss of life. But the state, in all sovereignty, was able to cope with the consequences of these floods with its own resources, to the tune of 12 billion CFA francs, without recourse to international aid. What's more, the effects of the floods were felt to some extent by the abundance of harvests at the end of the agricultural season. With such results achieved in 2024, how can we speak of the economic bankruptcy of a state that has ensured and continues to ensure all these sovereignty expenditures? How can we talk about the economic bankruptcy of a state where no citizen digs in the garbage after the market closes to ensure his subsistence? How can we talk about the bankruptcy of a state that is on good terms with all the international financial institutions that recognize its progress in economic governance? Only the French media, whose line of conduct is based on denial of reality.
Families, I must be honest with you, I have not seen the France 24 news because it's not always that I go there, but they have said something that is untrue about what is going on in Niger. I remember when the flood happened, what they went through. I recorded some on this channel. They are there, how they mobilized themselves and solve the bridge, the damage of the bridge. When did I even share a video about 2 days ago or so, or 3 days ago, that they are going to repair another one? They mobilized, and it was like 3 days that they were cut off because of the water. They couldn't go to the other side, but the military did their best and put everything together, and it started working. Everything is on this channel. So I think they have said something that doesn't sit well with them, and so they have to take them through. And for the economy to be growing the way they said it's growing, I'm happy. You can even tell from far that things are working better in the south because it's business for them. It's not democracy. This is the real deal for them. They want their people to be satisfied in each and every way, and so this is what they want to share with us. Thank you so much, families. I will see you soon. Bye bye. Credit to ORTM.